Faced with Yuan Kongye's terrifyingly powerful strength, everyone was struggling to resist. Zhang Yi's dimensional gate could not protect everyone, but this bug defense method that can defend against all physical attacks can keep him, Flower, Liang Yue, and others safe. How can we fight this? She has too many abilities and it's impossible to even find her weaknesses. Boss, let's run away, Fatty Shu suggested. Escape? Where to? Zhang Yi stared coldly at Yuan Kongye in the center of the storm. Do you think we can still escape now? If Zhang Yi was alone, there would be no problem in escaping, but it would not work with the others. After all, he could react to the speed of space travel, but they couldn't. Any delay in the middle will delay time, and then Yuan Kongye will quickly catch up. Now the only way is to fight. If you win, Tianhai City will be peaceful from now on. If you lose, think about losing later. Zhang Yi stared at Yuan Kongye in the air, and the divine power in his right eye was ready to go. Yuan Kongye felt this power, and her figure suddenly became illusory, as if countless after-images overlapped, making it impossible for Zhang Yi to lock her position. However, the biggest advantage of Zhang Yi and his team is that they have more people. Bai Li Changqing said that Yuan Kongye's combat experience is not rich enough, and even if he has strong enough power, it is still flawed. Now with Zhang Yi's divine power as a distraction, Yuan Kongye can't concentrate on dealing with them, and they have the opportunity to attack from the side. Xing Tian opened his supernatural power to the maximum extent and blessed everyone. Qi Guangming raised the sniper rifle in his hand, aiming the origin bullet at Yuan Kongye's head, which also brought her a little pressure. Although she was not afraid of Qi Guangming, if she was accidentally shot, it would not be something she was willing to accept. Bai Li Changqing held the knight's spear and carefully looked for an opportunity to kill with one blow. Although his defense was amazing, if he was attacked by destruction again at close range, I'm afraid he would also be broken. You want to resist me? Do you think you can do it? Yuan Kongye's voice echoed coldly in the sky. As she waved her hands, an even more terrible storm swept in all directions, as if to kill everyone with one blow. And the main targets of the attack were Zhang Yi and Qi Guangming. Zhang Yi felt this and immediately opened the double doors, taking everyone away from the spot. The moment they left, countless rubbles fell from all directions on the spot where they had just landed. However, Qi Guangming did not have the ability to escape like Zhang Yi, and Yuan Kongye's power covered every corner around him. As long as he looked up, he could see a black whirlwind hundreds of meters high that surrounded him in the center. There was no escape. Yuan Kongye seemed to be a creature from a higher dimension, playing with his life at will. Break it for me! Just when Qi Guangming was at a loss, a familiar roar came from beside him. A huge knight's spear tore a hole in the storm. Bai Li Changqing, wearing a black combat uniform, rushed in, then clamped Qi Guangming under his arm, and rushed out with the storm. Oh, such a strong defense! When Yuan Kongye saw this scene, she recognized that it was the deputy captain of the investigation team, a top-level enhancement ability user. But how long can you resist my attack? Within a radius of 3 kilometers, rocks flew through the air, and everything in the world became the object of her control. Her energy seemed endless, and she continued to attack everyone. Kamui! Zhang Yi's attack came again! Yuan Kongye's attention has always been on Zhang Yi. Seeing this, she did not hesitate to use destruction to fight against him. The biggest threat to her is this person who has the ability to kill with one blow. The two forces burst out with strange light in the air, and then annihilated. Zhang Yi took a deep breath and said to Liang Yue and others at an extremely fast speed, "You guys leave here quickly. The current battle is no longer something you can intervene in." The human wave tactics have no effect on mutants who are beyond the general meaning. Now, on the entire battlefield, there are probably only a few of them who can have a certain impact on Yuan Kongye. Others staying here are just to be Yuan Kongye's living targets and add burden to their teammates. So, Zhang Yi asked Flower to take everyone else away. Even Liang Yue, her melee ability, could hardly play a big role at this time. But Liang Yue wanted to argue, but then she saw Zhang Yi's serious and scary face. Time was running out, and Zhang Yi didn't want to waste words with them. Must obey his orders. Liang Yue was a little scared by Zhang Yi's eyes, but soon she figured it out that her ability could not help Zhang Yi much, and it might even affect Zhang Yi's ability to use space shuttle. Okay, let's go! Liang Yue jumped onto Flower's back, and Uncle Yu and Fatty Shu said to Zhang Yi, "Be careful!" Then the two also jumped onto Flower's body. The three people and the beast looked at Zhang Yi worriedly, and then fled away. In the center of the battlefield, Xiao Honglian, Wei Dinghai, Xing Tian, and some members of the investigation team became the main force. After Yuan Kongye mastered telekinesis, it can float in the sky and look down at everyone while fighting. Therefore, except for Bailey Chang King, all the people with the ability of strengthening system chose to retreat to the back to provide assistance and protection for the main attacker in front. And the mutants who mainly focus on functionality, such as Meng Xiu and Ye Jikang, left the battlefield without hesitation. Udi's eyes were full of hatred. He was surrounded by floating cannons, and the dazzling light balls emitted a terrifying impact force, shooting at Yuan Kongye like a rainstorm. At the same time, Xing Tian used his own abilities to bless everyone. Wei Dinghai's ice and snowstorm and Xiao Honglian's flame dragon were all trying their best to consume Yuan Kongye and distract her attention. At this time, everyone understood one thing in their hearts. If you want to defeat Yuan Kongye, Zhang Yi is the key, because only his attack can pose a threat to Yuan Kongye. Therefore, even Wu Di, who usually had the worst attitude towards Zhang Yi, showed the professional qualities of an elite of the investigation team at this moment, and tried his best to create an output environment for Zhang Yi. Yuan Kongye felt irritated in the face of the attacks of more than a dozen mutants. These attacks were nothing to her, but she must always be on guard against Zhang Yi, who had the ability to kill with one blow. Once she had any defensive airstrikes, she would be hit by Zhang Yi's Kamui, which could cause her serious damage. It's clear that the end is certain to be death. Why are you still struggling? Forget it. I don't have the patience to play with you anymore. Yuan Kongye's cold voice came from high in the sky. She didn't like the appearance of things that were out of her control. In the pupils of her eyes, a sharp white light quickly burst out. She was hanging high in the sky like a sun, and the holy light swept in all directions. The power of destruction was stimulated to the maximum by her. The power that was enough to destroy everything reminded everyone of the famous scene where Bian Junwu killed hundreds of thousands of zombies alone. The faces of Bailey Chang King and others turned pale, because they felt that the power of this attack was already at the level of Bian Junwu. Run! Run away! Bailey Chang King held Qi Guangming with one hand and Wu Di with the other, and his figure turned into a shadow and ran to Zhang Yi's side. Xiao Honglian and others also made the same action. They knew that now they could only rely on Zhang Yi's dimensional door to try to resist this force. Zhang Yi opened his right hand and opened the dimensional door to the maximum. A huge dimensional door like the South Heaven Gate opened in front of him. But many soldiers died who didn't get away on time.